Coming up on Saturday, Georgia Tech resumes its ACC slate with Boston College visiting Grant Field at Bobby Dodd Stadium for a 3 o'clock start. Of course, the latest game information can be found right here at RamblinWreck.com. Robbie Godhigh came to Georgia Tech as the preferred walk-on. Is that the best way to term it?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what a preferred walk-on is.
I guess in my words, it would just be someone who came to Georgia Tech, or to any school really, who didn't get a scholarship but kind of got recruited to the school.
Recruited without the papers, right? You had a chance, though, to go to some other places on a scholarship, Southern Conference schools, things of that nature. Why here? Why the preferred walk-on status when you had, benefits at other spots, I guess?
Well, Georgia Tech was really close to my home. They have good academics, and then I've always dreamed of playing, at the highest level, college football. So to me, I just took it as a challenge to come out and, earn my spot to play at a D1 school.
All right, so you show up as the preferred walk-on. Take me through the process of becoming the starting A-back.
It was a long process. I had to be patient. I got here, and there were some people who were veterans, so, I had to kind of, wait my turn to show what I could do. And, this year was kind of the first time I really got a chance to show what I could do. And, I got out there and I did what I could do, and, I guess I'm starting now.
Coach Johnson has mentioned several times that guys earn playing time by what they do in practice, what happens in the spring, and ultimately what happens in August, leading up to the start of the season. Once the season starts, the depth chart changes, but not as radically as it does, say, in the spring or in the fall camp. Where did you make the next step? Was it the spring? Was it the fall? Was it as a backup a year ago? Where do you feel like your big jump came in terms of playing?
I would have to say the spring, because that was, when Robbie and Embry and all them had finally graduated, and, the A-back position opposite Orem was pretty much up for grabs. So I guess spring was really the time that I kind of made my name for myself. What's
the biggest change in your game since you've been here, Robbie?
Probably my blocking. In high school, I didn't really block that much. So when I got here, it was kind of a wake-up call that was more the focal point than running or catching the ball and stuff like that.
Well, I'd say you kind of grabbed onto the blocking here. You like blocking. Yeah. Now, people don't like to be blocked by you, but you take a lot of pride in this, don't you?
Yes, sir.
What's it like to clear the road, so to speak?
In this offense, it's fun to block because, most of the time that one block that you get could spring somebody for, a 70, 80-yard play. And, it's just fun going out there and blocking guys that are pretty much twice my size and, springing my other teammates for big plays and touchdowns.
You don't strike me as the blocking type, but and we've talked about this before, this size thing that you've been asked about, it's kind of your thing. It is who you are, and you take a lot of pride in being that guy, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Have people always said he can't do this because he's not this or he's not that, measurable-wise?
Yeah, I've been playing football since I was like 6, so every level I've gone to has been kind of the same thing. I'm too small, I get overlooked at times and stuff like that, but I just go out there and play as hard as I can and hope to prove everybody wrong.
When did they start doubting you? Even when you were 8, 10 years old?
Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. And then gradually they just buy in because of how you play?
Yes, sir.
What's it like to have to prove people time and again at every level? Because I'm guessing you had to do it in high school. Mm-hmm. You've obviously done it here. What's the thought process for you when somebody says, well, I'm not sure he can do this?
It's not really as frustrating anymore because, I've gone through it and, I've had to do it so many times. So now I just take it on as a challenge and just hope to do it again.
Is there anything in particular that has to happen for you to convince? Because it was almost like, I remember when you were brought in as a preferred walk-on, Coach Johnson said in passing conversations with people, this guy's got a chance to help us because of the way he plays the game. You play the game with an attitude to prove people. Is that fair? What is it about that attitude? Is it the attitude, I told you I was good enough, I told you I'm big enough, size doesn't matter, or is it something else that's football driven?
It's kind of all those, it's just, hearing that I'm too small to play is just, it's frustrating at times, and, seeing people like Barry Sanders and Darren Sproles, people like that who've made it to the NFL and, you know, being successful is just like, you know, if they can do it, then so can I. And so I'm going to prove these people that I can do it too.
So guys like Barry Sanders, Darren Sproles, Maurice Jones-Drew, Ray Rice, those are all your guys, right? Yeah. It's kind of in vogue to have a smaller guy, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's fun for me to be smaller than everybody else.
You think guys don't think you can do what you do until they catch a load from you? I mean, you hammered some people on the perimeter. We've talked about it on radio. You think guys think, well, here comes this little guy, I'll take care of him, and then all of a sudden they get the back end of the stick, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, and I just use that to my advantage because I know that that's how, you know, most people are thinking because they're, you know, probably twice my size. So, you know, I just go out there and use that to my advantage.
As you move into the second part of the season, Coach Johnson has talked about last year's start and this year's second half. Mentally, what's the challenge for this football team, Robbie?
I would say just to finish games. You know, we've been real close in pretty much all these games that we've come up short in. So I guess just the main focus now is just to finish off the games that, you know, we start well or, you know, we don't start as well, just to finish strong. Did
the bye week come at a good time? The time off?
I think it did. It, you know, it's kind of just, you know, take a step back and just look at things, you know, just work on everything that we need to work on.
Good to visit with you. Thanks for the time. Robbie Godhigh with us. This is RamblingWreck.com.